Hello everyone, welcome back to Crypto's News Live. Just wanted to share some updates on what is going on in cryptocurrency and the situation. Right now you have a crazy situation here at home where Kiwi Bird, you can see him in the cage behind me, I'm in the balcony right now. Kiwi Bird is screaming like mad to upset our little dog. So it's just madness in there. I came out here to record a bit of an update for you guys and catch up. Hopefully the lag is good and you guys can hear. What's up, Zanny? Thank you so much for tuning in. So a crazy rebound today in cryptocurrencies. It turns out that we got some of the inflation data that we were waiting for in the United States, and it's not as hot as was expected. So this is something that's been fueling markets today. You have cryptocurrencies up staggeringly because after the insane drop-offs yesterday, I mean, remember, we had Bitcoin down around $15,700. Hey, BitWarrior. We had Ethereum down around $1,170. Or not even $1,070. It dropped below $1,100 at a point. So today you're actually seeing huge increases. You had Ethereum rally something like 18%. North of that, it's sitting at $1,329. And you had Bitcoin go from those lows all the way up to just south of $18,000, around $17,946 last that I checked. So really staggering. If you were expecting lows down to 15,000 below that, got wrecked. A lot of leverage plays have been blown out today. It's just been crazy volatility. This is a very dangerous time to be out there trading. I mean, you have what's going on with FTX and Alameda playing out. You had this inflation data that kind of got put in the back burner with everything that's been going on in crypto. But that also was something that just rallied the markets substantially. So besides just a bounce from the drops that could be expected generally, when things sell off, they tend to sell, especially in such a big way, they sell off bigger than expected for the most part. Same thing when you see huge rallies, people tend to buy in a little bit late, get the news late. Same sort of situation playing out. So the FTX drama continues to be pretty dynamic. You had Sam Bankman-Fried, the head of FTX, announced today an apology. Hey, what's up, Kevin? Nice to see you. He came out and which was great, right? Because we never got an apology from Alex Mashinsky, the head of Celsius. So in that respect, he's looking less like a sociopath. Although I'm hearing that from some tinfoil hat theory, he is some sort of inside player, that he's some sort of plant from the government to try to disrupt and erode trust in cryptocurrency. You have the politicians out there using this situation, like being, what did he call them? Like snakes, basically, serpents who take advantage of situations. Edward Snowden had tweeted out about the politicians. Like you have Senator Warren calling for more regulations because of what's going on with cryptocurrency. When as far as we know, FTX US is fine. The US regulated part of FTX that are still processing withdrawals, well, for now, fine. We just got notice from them that they may halt trading operations on FTX soon. So if you are using FTX US, maybe you should be careful. But so far, everything has been working fine from FTX US, which is not the same as FTX International. Anyway, why are you calling for more regulation when the regulated arm has been working just fine? It's just a way to play to your constituents, make it seem like you care about people after the fact, just like the SEC focusing on library when they could have been doing better, rather than like what you see with all these political donations that has been given by FTX. So they were getting preferential treatment in DC because of how they were donating money. It goes to show the power of money and influence in that sort of way of lobbying. But anyway, I don't know if SBF's some sort of plant or not, but he did at least apologize for what's going on. He had announced that he wasn't aware that customer funds were being used for leverage. So he had thought, for example, that they had the ability to withdraw customers' amounts of funds 24 times over, when it turned out to be the case that looking at just Sunday's withdrawals, they could only what's up, Josh? They could only process 0.8% of withdrawals. So now they're looking for emergency funding. But as Coinbase CEO, as Brian Armstrong has said, he can't imagine anyone who would want to give funding to this dumpster fire again, to this situation here right now that's going on with FTX. So for now, FTX has seemingly opened withdrawals. At least that's what everybody thought looking at on-chain analysis. We just got wind about maybe an hour ago from FTX that they only open withdrawals for people who are KYC'd and in the Bahamas, where FTX is apparently incorporated. So basically only for friends and family is what a lot of people and commentators are saying. So we have also seen information that apparently getting invested into FTX, the company, was heavily pushed and heavily marketed from the company to the employees. So the employees were given discounts on equity into the company. They were marketed this all the time and pressured, basically, making it seem like such a great deal. You're gonna make your money back overnight. You're gonna 4 to 5 exit over the next couple of years, the next few years. So now you have a situation where employees were getting stuck. They're complaining. Apparently, crazy amounts of them have been resigning. And those who are left are just trying to hope for the best, hope that somehow this can be picked up. But at least it looks like they'll be getting their money back. As far as customers, the only people who seem to be getting their money back, yeah, crazy Phoenix. The only people who seem to be getting their money back are those who are Tron holders, TRX token holders on FTX, because last night Justin Sun, he was someone who was huge in 2017, 2018. He was like the Sam Bankman-Fried of that era, but that was another time, right? Anyway, he came out to announce that that people who were held Tron basically on FTX would have withdrawals open and everything would be fine. Suspicions that basically they would be credited from Justin Sun himself directly on chain. Although Justin Sun, that first it was for Tron holders and there was a deal in the works that could open it up to even more people. So it kind of reminds me a lot of what you saw with and I think it's great if you're a Tron holder. If somehow you're one of the few who still believed in Tron, then great for you, right? Apparently, if funds were still on FTX and you were able to access the website, you could still trade Tron tokens, and Tron tokens shot to the moon overnight. And so some were saying this is a way for Justin Sun to like pump the token up, do some funny business, and end up walking out with even more money. I haven't seen that confirmed just yet. But wow, just a crazy situation that's been going on with regards to that. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing all right. I'm still trying to wrap my head around everything that's going on. As I said, very dynamic. I think a lot of people aren't accepting his apology. They're saying you're trying to downplay this as something that's not just criminal, Sam Bankman-Fried, with your apology. And it's weird when apparently you had like 5 or 6 insiders at FTX, not the investors, not the employees, but like 5 or 6 insiders who knew what was going on here. So how does Sam not know that you're leveraging your customers' assets? You think that you can withdraw them 24 times over and then suddenly you're surprised? It just seems pretty fishy when seemingly overnight they were willing to accept a deal from CZ of Binance, a letter of intent to buy them over. Like if you were so solvent as you had thought up to like the last minute, then why were you willing to take this deal with Binance? Just not even like an investment, some sort of emergency funding, but just straight up buying your entire exchange. So something seems off here. You had the Department of Justice being announced as getting involved as well. So it's not just going to be some sort of lawsuit potentially if somehow FTX International was serving U.S. customers and the SEC getting involved with that, the CFTC. But now with the Department of Justice, as others are pointing out, there is extradition from the Bahamas to the United States. So it could be the chance that through these investigations, Sam Bankman-Fried is arrested. He's taken out of the Bahamas and brought here. Did I see his donations as far as to his lobbying? Yeah, I had seen that. If you're talking about something else, Phoenix, I'm not entirely sure. But it's interesting that in his entire apology thread, he took a moment to say, "Oh, well played, CZ." It's glass houses, and I have some information on you, but like I'm not gonna reveal it yet. maybe. Like, not anything he's ready to reveal. So basically saying that CZ won here, when CZ seems to have done the right thing. Like I said, he catalyzed this all coming to light. It's better that we have transparency. It's better that we know what's going on with these exchanges. And it's not like you can come out now after the fact and be like, oh, we should have been transparent, when everybody thought you were being transparent the whole time. Your job as an exchange is to allow for the buying and selling in these products and to hold your customers' funds to be there. If not, we're not any different than fractional reserve banking like you see in TradFi, which is we're trying to move away from again. So anyway, just wanted to share some quick updates on what is going on today for those of you guys who are following the situation here on YouTube and through this channel. As far as other news in crypto, I thought it was really cool that MetaMask opened up a bridge. So you can now bridge between not just Ethereum, but other blockchains directly on MetaMask's nodes. So that's pretty cool. Heard from Shell, the gas and oil company, that they're going to be providing cooling solutions for Bitcoin, as they're going to be sponsors of the big Bitcoin magazine conference. And they've announced that their new technology for cooling is going to be coming for Bitcoin, since apparently global energy consumption is like 1% of that. Of global energy consumption is Bitcoin, and obviously they want to get a seat at that table. So crypto continues to do its thing. Like, even the prices again showing an insane amount of resilience. I actually am not really sure anymore about my prior thesis that the winter will be longer. I think it could be the case that it could be the exact same length, looking at what this bounce back was like, how much interest there is still in buying these kinds of dips. There were many who were waiting for lower prices, and some of those got their targets hit, and they did pull the trigger. So that was really rewarding to see. I think you have to, however, be careful in some respects, right? Because if, for example, you're holding funds on BlockFi and still getting yield through them, you should be very careful here. They were kind of involved with an FTX bailout. So if FTX does have to file for bankruptcy, which may be the case, right? Their trust is, I don't think it's coming back. I'm even running a poll right now on Twitter to see if people are willing to custody funds or use the exchange anymore. And I think last I checked, it was like a 1% rate of people that were still willing to use FTX after this. Like, maybe they learn from their mistakes and maybe they can restructure. Although I think most people, myself included, highly doubt that that will be the case. And I think that's the smart money probably thinks the same thing, right? If there are more options, why bother using somewhere that there appears to be smoke and fire? Some people were using it, for example, because it was connected to TradingView, which sucks, right? Like, you had partners of FTX who might be trusted, who are shilling FTX. You had influencers shilling FTX. All these people who are shilling FTX, making it look solid, and it's hard to move away from a product that you get so used to, especially if you're kind of new to crypto and that was your first foray. That's how you have your fiat on-ramps, off-ramps. That's what you use for leverage trading. Then it can be difficult to move away. So I totally get that kind of like Stockholm syndrome sort of thing. And you had SBF being called the next Warren Buffett, although now he's being compared more to to crypto's Bernie Madoff, right? But I don't know, just as I said, a crazy evolving scenario. Department of Justice asking Binance now, reportedly, for what Binance found out, what they know about FTX, because we know that they had to do due diligence. And basically within a 24-hour period, within just a 24-hour period, that was enough for Binance to look at FTX's books and be like, nope, basically run out of that building, right? So anyway, I'll leave you there with that. I hope you guys enjoyed this show, and you'll hit that like button, share the videos. It means a lot. Thank you guys who support this show by doing that time in and time out, all over the place. Twitter, Reddit, means a lot. I appreciate you. Take care, much love, and stay cryptic. Peace.